YouTube, BigH Trucking, coming to you from a place on 83 called 83 Diner. We've got about, let's say about 70 truck stops here. I'm trying to 70 truck stops. 70 slots for the trucks to park. Alright, just an update about my truck that was in the shop yesterday. The reason why I went to the terminal. My inverter, turns out, blew 2 fuses. They're internal fuses, and it is now fixed. So that saved me quite a bit. Because having to buy another inverter would have cost me a couple bucks. So the good news is that I'm up and running. I actually left Prime this afternoon, about 1:30 or so. Finally got a trailer. Getting a trailer from Pittston is a daunting task. You know, I called up and they're like, well, we really don't have any right now. Give us a few hours. What's your phone number? What's your truck number? Which I gave them both. Finally, about 12 o'clock or so, I was like, you know what? Let me walk in there and see if I can figure something out here, because I wanted to get out of there. The load I'm on now didn't have to be picked up till 11:59 or 23:59, but what I wanted to achieve was, I'm only going 150 miles to the 90, and it's not due till 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in Fredericksburg. And there's no parking down there, so there was no way I was going to leave at 12 o'clock. It's only a 2.5, 3 hour ride from the 01. You know what it's like to find parking in Baltimore on 95 at 2 o'clock in the morning? There is none. So, again, I got lucky, got a trailer, got down there, and thank the Lord that the load was ready. And I was able to go about 40 miles, find this truck stop, because it's really nothing. The way the GPS had me going was 81 to 83 to State Route 15, cut across, and then go down to 495. And I knew, I've taken that road before, I knew there was nothing on it, so I decided to stay on 83, because 83 will eventually get me down to 495. It's just a little bit longer. So I looked in if you guys don't have this book, it's really good to get. It's called a Pocket Truck Stop Guide. At any of your local truck stops, Love's, TA, Petro, Flying J, Pilot, etc. Get one of those. They come in handy, especially when you're in these particular situations where there is no Love's. You know, everyone uses an app. And in the app it shows you where the next location is. Well, there's nothing around here. I would have to go back up to Carlisle, Pennsylvania to get something, and that wasn't going to happen because that's way out of my way. So definitely get yourself that book. It saves a whole bunch of stuff, and that's how I found out about this place. So, what else? Oh, while I was in the shop, I got my APU serviced, and I got my chassis lube, and greased my 5th wheel. And that was, and changed my engine air filter. It didn't need to be changed. Wanted the APU, needed servicing, but I figured out, since I'm there, I don't want to come back to the terminal. I do not want to come back to the terminal. And it seems lately it's been back and forth. So I figured, you know what? Let me just get everything that I need to get out of the way, so this way I can stay out, knock on wood, that my truck stays in shape till January 12th. That's when I'm going home. And I don't have to come back. There was, I don't know if you guys know, but the IFTA stickers in HUD, New York HUD stickers, new ones are due. So I filled that out under my permits in the Prime app, submitted that on Monday. So on my way out of the terminal, I went into the outbound office, whatever it's called, and I asked the gentleman if they had my HUD sticker in, because it said 24-hour turnaround, and it was still in Springfield there, so they're going to mail it out. I asked the guy, does it necessarily have to be on January 1st, or is there a grace period? And he said, don't worry about it. When you come in for home time, there's a fly or something in here. When you come in for home time in January 13th, that's fine. Pick it up then and go ahead and put it on. So, other than that, guys, whoever's out in Iowa, I'm sure you're well aware, Nebraska, they're going through some really, really stiff winds. Kansas, all that area. Please be careful. Take cover. Life's not worth a load at all, so be smart, pull over, and hunker down if you're in that region. Other than that, I was reading an article today, actually was watching an article, thing today. This is kind of like bad news for the industry. Within the next 10 years, 40% of the jobs that people are doing now are going to go away because of technology. And a large part of it, believe it or not, there's 3 million truck drivers. A large part of it's going to be truck driving. Now, are all aspects of truck driving going away? Probably not. But will, like, my job go away to carrying reefer? Time will tell. But, you know, I'm of that age where 10 years from now, I'm long gone anyway. But it makes me think, you know, our world is changing. It's changing at a pace I've never seen before. I mean, 10 years ago, you couldn't even text off a cell phone, and today you have the internet at your beck and call. So anybody who's younger might take heed to this, should take heed to this message. Maybe you should learn a skill set that has something to do with technology. Because 40% of our jobs, and that's just not truck driving, that's a lot of different areas, but 40% of the workforce in 10 years are not going to be needed due to robotics and technology. And it sends shivers down my backbone. You know, what are people going to do? What's going to happen, you know? I hope it doesn't happen that quickly. But, you know, I'm hoping that Prime doesn't step forward and get an automated truck. I know Swift and Knight are putting money. I've read articles where Swift and Knight are actually putting money into R&D research for these companies that are designing these trucks, so they can implement them in their fleet. You know, there's a lot of question marks. You know, how will they perform over mountains, snow, sleet, darkness? You know, there's a lot of unanswered questions, but, you know, these guys, these people who are designing this software, got some sharp folks on it, way above my pay grade. So, you know, again, if you're in your 20s, early 30s, mid-30s for that matter, it's coming. The fabric of employment is going to change. So, even if one person gets it and, you know, and goes for, you know, maybe fixing these robots or coding, or I don't know anything about it, but all I know, it's coming. And hopefully it takes a lot longer than 10 years to change the workforce, but we'll see. Time will tell. But with that being said, I'm going to shut up. I don't want to open up a can of worms. I tend to do that, but do your research. You know, just make sure that what you have planned for the future and goals that you set are still going to be realistic in that 10-year period. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, call it a night. I don't have to leave till about 6. Again, I don't have to be there at 11, so I've got plenty of time to go 162 miles. Even that might be too early, but a couple exits before my stop is a big way station / rest area. So if I get there too early, that's where I'm going to camp out. So you're not allowed there earlier than a half hour. And we'll see what happens after that. All right, folks. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by BigH Trucking. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we go from there. Like I said, stay safe. Make good decisions. And if you're not sure your surroundings, get out and look. Takes less than 2 minutes to do that. Stay safe.